Today's the 9th. Good evening, folks, and welcome to Vito Capizzo Stadium for today's MIAA Division III Lacrosse second-round playoff game, pitting your Nantucket Whalers against the Bourne Canalmen. The Whalers, of course, come into this game undefeated at 18-0. They had a bye in the first round. Bourne is 11-8 with quality wins over Fairhaven and Apponequet, and a couple of tough losses to Nauset, who's a team that Nantucket defeated fairly handily. So we'll see who shows up today.
Very good point.
Okay, folks, ready for the face-off here. We have three officials today.
That's unusual.
Yeah, that's one more than usual. We have Hunt, Bernie, and Steve. I'm on the first-name basis with all of them. Here's Cam Bartlett, Austin Starr taking the face-off. Cam Bartlett on the wing. Victor Gambroni on that far wing. And we're underway, folks, in the second-round playoff game of the Division III lacrosse tournament, South section. Bourne with a wild pass, clearing attempt. Keegan Downey looks upfield. Good handle by Victor Gambroni, one-handed. This lefty senior comes down, puts it in his left hand. He's a strong left-hander. Nantucket's going to set up their half-field offense here. A lot of off-ball movement for the Whalers. A lot of pick-aways. A lot of movement without the ball. Nantucket doesn't tend to pick a lot on ball. Sophomore Sam McKeith carries it behind. He's a fairly ambidextrous kid. Comes back to his right, and an easy goal.
Man, they got that flag in the way. We need to slide that flag over a little bit.
Nice play by O'Keefe. Changed hands. Good little face dodge. Changed his offhand, his left to his right for an easy goal. Once again, this Bourne team has played a tougher schedule than Nantucket, even though their schedule is not extraordinarily hard, but it's tougher than Nantucket's. Starr again to take the face-off, second one of the game, with only a minute going in the game. Not even. Same group out there. Nantucket starting defense today: Robert Hickman, Cam Willett, and Joel McVicker. Senior Keegan Downey in the goal. McVicker's the only junior out there. Cam Bartlett with a long stick in the midfield. Ty Harnisfeger up with the ball. Nantucket interferes away from the ball, so he'll go back to Bourne. Looks like Austin inadvertently ran into that kid, but see if we can get it back here. Bourne's going to carry it behind the goal. Number 17, Logan Hawks. He's one of their featured players. 12, 17, and 18 are their featured players. Hawks, Hess, and Mulkern. You can hear Nantucket's defense talking, setting up those slides. Aaron shot there by number 12. That's Christian Mulkern. As I said, one of their featured guys. A lot of hockey players on this Bourne team, which is kind of typical of them. And hockey teams teams with a lot of hockey players tend to play a pretty physical style of lacrosse. Intercepted by
nice interception.
Intercepted by Bartlett. He's down the field with it. He's not afraid to go to the goal. He's played some short stick lately too, Gino, and we'll probably see that today. Nantucket has to sort of manufacture some depth in their midfield group. Especially if they come through this game today, they'll have to play most likely a very tough Cohasset team, and you need depth to compete at that level. Nice look inside by Gambroni. Very nice look inside. Just a mishandle by Sam.
We're going to have to move that thing.
Nantucket, they got us for a push there. No possession. Nantucket scrimmaged Duxbury and King Philip last week. Apparently acquitted themselves pretty well in both games. You know, those are two powerhouse teams. think they held Duxbury to under 10 goals and had a lot of good opportunities offensively, and I think the King Philip game was even closer. Those are both powerhouse Division I programs. And that was necessary for Nantucket, given that they haven't really seen anybody good all year in their regular season games. As you folks probably know, they're undefeated, and all but really one or two of their games have been absolute runaways, and even those games weren't very close. Victor Gambaroni to bring it on. James Culkins, number 38, come on the field. Culkins has earned a lot of playing time this year. I believe he's a sophomore. Gambaroni runs it out. Nantucket's going to set their offense up. Senior Ty Harnisfinger carries it. Gets it up top to the speedy junior, Terrain Burton. Nobody's been able to stop this kid all year long. And here we go. Nice look inside. Nice take. Once again, as you've seen this the last couple of years, and I give a lot of the credit to the coaches here, Coach Chambers and Coach Gamble. Nantucket dodges to feed a lot. They don't dodge to shoot as much as they dodge to feed. Spencer runs through traffic. There's a good call there. Steve threw a flag. That was a high hit to the head. So that'll be a 1-minute penalty once if Nantucket turns it over. This is a play-on situation for you new to lacrosse. The flag's down. Unless Nantucket loses possession, the ref will blow the whistle, unless they score.
I'm going to move that sign. I have to run down there real bit. So you just use this while you're talking.
You can see that time Nantucket's much more effective when they dodged to feed as opposed to dodge to shoot. That was a pretty good take by Victor, though. But when the flag's down, sometimes players get a little impatient.
So you'll move it over to here if they go.
Fix up defense!
Gino has gone downstairs to folks to move the Go Whalers banner because it's in the way of the camera. So that'll be out of your field of view in a second. Nantucket's extra man, moving the ball around the perimeter, setting up a play. Rotation play, one more pass, back up top, one more. Nice look, nice play, beautiful play. A quick counterclockwise rotation up top. The defense flowed over to the side of Harnisfinger and Terrain. All Nantucket had to do was rotate the ball down to Austin Starr, who looked inside and found a cutting, I guess was it Spencer? Yeah. So that's Starr to West. So the Whalers take a 2-0 lead with 7:16 remaining in the first quarter. So far, they look to be the pretty far superior team. Bourne hasn't really had a good offensive possession yet. Terrain up with it. The speedy junior, he really has quickness. Once again, Nantucket with good ball movement. Gambaroni comes on as Bartlett subs off with his long stick. We'll almost undoubtedly see Bartlett play some short stick midfield today. James Culkins will be getting his minutes. We'll see if anybody else gets in there.
God, he was surprised he still had it.
Another flag. 22 just shoved Spencer. Now Spencer has had a habit of getting into verbal altercations, so that's putting it politely. You got to stay away from that. We're in the playoffs now. We can't afford cheap fouls. If that kid wants to push you, talk to you, let him. The ref will throw a flag. It's good for us. And that was 22. I'm guessing he's probably a hockey player. That's the second time he's done that today. So Nantucket, they only got it for a 30-second foul. I'm surprised on that. Gambaroni picks it up right away. Nice look. Harnisch-Feger did a good job that time of seeing through the defense. Nice skip pass over to Gambroni. Had a nice lefty take. Okay, teams are at even strength now. I was really surprised that was only a 30-second penalty. It looked to me like he got him in the head, but anyway.
Well, he had an open shot there, but he decided to hold back.
Whalers are even. Gambroni's up top. Nice little... Oh!
There's one in the head, but they didn't call it.
Excellent ball movement, mishandled, but that's good. Once again, looking through that defense, which isn't easy to do. Seeing your teammate open on the backside.
But the movement is good.
Yeah, you see that, Tuck. It's just their offensive ball movement is far superior to Bourne's. Wow. And there's another flag. Well, 19. Well, I'll tell you what, I get that our kids for making stupid penalties, but so far today, Bourne's leading the league in that. It's another sheep after the play.
He will get a 1 minute.
That's 2 unnecessary roughness in a span of, well, not even a minute here, folks. So, Nantucket's extra man play is pretty strong, so Bourne's really going to hurt themselves if they keep fouling. And you always tell your players, don't get upset when they foul you. They're helping you out. And if you want them to stop fouling you, just convert an extra man, because then they'll have to stop, or you'll just run away with the game. Ball moving clockwise. O'Keefe down to Spencer West. Senior to senior over to Harnisch-Feger. Up to Starr. This is basically their starting team is their extra man play. Once again, a rotation. Bat is down. Yep. Nice alert play by Bourne. Now they throw it through. Robert Hickman all over that. Hickman's got good speed for a big guy. I've said it before, he reminds me a lot of a guy who used to play for us named Anthony Coletti. Kind of the same body type, same position. And Anthony went on to play in college, so you never know. Harnisch-Feger moves the ball along. Ooh!
That was a big block.
Yep. Nice save there. I think Nantucket's taken about 7 or 8 shots now. We don't really have a statistician today, especially without Mr. Herman here, so I'm going to have to just do my best to keep track of who does what. Nice play by Hickman.
Wow, what a grab that was.
Nice play. Robert could have gone over that time. He didn't see that Austin was back, but no matter. Nantucket ball. James Culkin subs on, number 38. Once again, Nantucket's moving the ball around really well. About as well as any Nantucket team I've ever seen. Nantucket stepped to the crease. Not sure who it was, but anyway, it's gonna be Bourne ball. We have a long history with Bourne. They were in our league for years. We started playing them. I think we played it for the first time in 2000. And over the years, they've had some good teams. Like my friend Mike McNeil coached them for a long time. He's now at Sandwich. Excellent coach. Okay. Okay, up top. Logan Hawks, Tyler Lacasse, that first midfield group. Okay, well, not a lot of ball movement going on here. It looks like they're in a 1-4-1 set, folks. 4 men across the crease, and that's usually a set you use when you're relying on 1 or 2 people. Oh, nice!
Wow,
that was a nice shot. That was a good shot. That was a tough read for Keegan Downey. It took an odd bounce and went right in the corner. You'll see that on dirt fields.
And that makes it 2-1 Whalers with 3:06 left in the first period.
Had this been an artificial surface field, that would have been an easy save. Now Keegan's just got to recover from that and make the next save.
That was a tough goal. I mean, that's tough to.
Yeah, that was a very hard shot.
Perfect shot.
Yeah. Austin started to face off. Gambroni and Bartlett again on the wings. Haven't seen Terrain out there to face off yet. Ward pops it out, and they come up with it. Number 18, Max Hess, one of their featured guys, carries the ball. Nice takeaway check by McVicker. Picked up by Roulette. Fast break. Nice look.
Oh,
Nice
right
save.
into it. Right
Nice
into
save.
it.
Nice save. And Sam probably like to have that one back. Yeah, out to Harnisberger. He'll take this.
Ooh! Oh man, that almost hit that guy. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He didn't actually know that it was coming at him. Whoa! I mean, that came within 6 inches of his shoulder.
Those low to high shots, when they go, look great.
But that's got to hurt. I mean, if that hits you,
Man. Okay, here comes Spencer West bringing it on. The speedy senior. He's in the crease. Nope. Yep, they called him. Stepped in the crease. Ben Murphy on at close defense for the Whalers, number 21. I believe he's a sophomore. Bourne brings it down. Number 7, Jonathan Sheehy, the midfielder.
Well, he took it right from him.
Nantucket, Bourne's had 4 or 5 turnovers today, the majority of them unforced. Nantucket tries to return the favor, but that's going to be an easy pickup for McVicker. McVicker handles the ball behind with his long stick. Probably want to settle it down here, guys. Nantucket needs to get their short sticks back on the field at this point. You know, that's a little bit of mental misplay there if you're Nantucket. We needed to get our long sticks back in the defensive zone and handle the ball, judiciously until we could get our offense on board. Now Cam Bartlett with some rap check. Got to watch those. A lot of times the
It could become a slash, right?
What the official sees you do, whether you slash them or not, a lot of officials, if they see you wind up, they'll call it. Logan Hawks, the senior, takes a very errant outside runner shot. Hawks, Hess, and Mulkern are their featured offensive players. Jonathan Shee here. They're just moving it around and trying to get a matchup to dodge.
Well, like they did the last shot. I mean,
once again, they're in a 1-4-1. One player behind, 4 across the crease. They'll try to dodge from up top. Now they move it to the wing. This is all isolation offense, and that's all it is. And if you're a coach and you'd much rather defend against a team that plays this way as opposed to a team that really gets everybody involved. Nantucket needs to back up here. And there's a flag down. Steve gets us for whatever. I guess it was a slash. Now Nantucket, that was kind of an unnecessary penalty. 6 seconds in the quarter.
oh, and a save and a hit the post.
Nice save by Downey. So it's end of the first quarter with your Nantucket Whalers up 2-1 over the Bourne Canalmen. Okay, folks, welcome back to the second quarter of today's playoff game against your Whalers against the Bourne Canalmen. Bourne will be extra man to start the second quarter. Joel McVicker pressing out on man down. You'll see teams press the ball hard sometimes on man down, and it can be a very effective strategy. This is only a 30-second penalty. 9 seconds left. Doesn't look as though Bourne's going to get a shot off. As the penalty expires, Downey makes a save right at his feet. Here goes Terrain Burton in the open field. Nice idea. He had O'Keefe there. He got intercepted.
What was wrong with that?
Good ride by Nantucket. Riding is such an important part of the game. For you hockey fans, what's what you call forechecking. You really want to prevent that opponent from getting the ball out of their defensive zone whenever possible. And once again, against better teams, it creates more possessions. In the NCAA tournament this year, Virginia's ride was the key factor in their winning the national championship.
Oops.
Good ground ball play there, but then James turns his back and gets pushed out.
Well, Rick, here we are in the second period, and What's your thought?
Well, I think Nantucket, by all rights, probably should be, winning this game by 2 or 3 more goals. They've squandered a few shots, haven't maybe focused as much as they should have on taking the high percentage shot. They've had a lot of looks. I think they're probably out shooting Bourne by 4 or 5 to 1. Bourne's offense really looks to be predicated on a 1-4-1 formation. And typically when teams rely exclusively or primarily on a 1-4-1, it tells you that they're not really good off ball. They're not going to share the ball among everybody the way Nantucket does. That's the impressive thing about Nantucket's offense this year. Everybody on that field, all 6 players get involved. I think if Nantucket can just convert a couple more shots, give themselves a little breathing space. Bourne looks like they're prone to foul. Nantucket needs to convert these extra man situations because if you don't, they'll just keep fouling you. I'd say this game is probably going about as well as Bourne can reasonably
I would say so too.
You know.
I mean, this is as good as you could hope for. You're still in it, and the idea is to keep it in it and keep it tight and hope for some breaks. Well, get a couple of breaks.
If you can keep it to a 3 or 4 goal game and going into the fourth quarter, you're there. But we'll have to see what transpires. Once again, Nantucket, for instance, Ty Harnischfager had that shot where he shot it low to high. That was a very low percentage shot. You shoot overhand and bounce it in that situation, you probably have a good chance to score. And Victor's had a couple of outside takes where he's throwing the ball over the goal. Hard shots, but maybe shoot at the goalie's knees and he's offside. It's a higher percentage. Teams are at even strength now with 10 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the second quarter. Nantucket with a 2-1 lead. Once again, Nantucket probably should have converted 2 or 3 more goals so far. They've outshot Bourne by a large margin.
Nice little takeaway there.
Bartlett intercepts the ball.
Oh, threw it too far behind him now.
Yeah, it's difficult to.
On the run like that, isn't it?
Trey Burton picks it up over to Austin. Behind to O'Keefe. You see this good ball movement for Nantucket. If they just keep doing that, they're going to get some looks. O'Keefe, the sophomore, carries behind the goal. Once again, he's a pretty ambidextrous player. A lot of hockey players for both teams today. It's a nice swim dodge. Tries to throw it back to Harnischfager. Gets batted down. Bourne comes up with it. Good pickup there. Good effort by McVicker. Slips and falls. Now it's Bourne ball. Logan Hawks, their featured midi. Carry behind. Max Hess, their featured attackman.
Good, Robbie.
He's in the crease.
He's in it. I could see his foot in it. He called it.
I guess it was a loose ball situation, so they should have called it. But
I see. If it's loose, you can step in it.
no, if it's a play-on situation, in other words, if Nantucket had picked up the ball and run the other way, they wouldn't have blown the whistle.
I see.
Because Nantucket dropped it, they blew the whistle dead. Nantucket in their half-field offense. Cam Bartlett on the short stick. I thought we'd see that today. Picks on ball. Nantucket doesn't call him for a moving pick. I think that was a little bit ticky-tack, given that Hunt, the other official, Huntley, was right on that play, didn't call it. Steve called it from the far side. It may have been a moving pick, but in that situation, you like to see the official that's nearest the play make the call, not somebody who was 25 yards away. And it was a very borderline situation. So it's Bourne's going to have the ball there, half-field offense. Their second midfield group is out there now. Jonathan Shee, 16. Connor McGuire. Bourne's just very deliberately moving the ball around. It looks as though they're just looking to find a matchup they like one-on-one, and they'll clear out. They've identified they want to dodge the sophomore, Ben Murphy, who's getting some playing time.
Ooh.
Pass goes through. Gets a play on. They interfere with Keegan, but he comes up with it. Get out of the crease, Keegan. That was close. James Culkins, the sophomore, brings it over. Nice play, James. Got to get it in the box, guys. Good job. Oh, darn it. You know, Nantucket cannot afford in the playoffs these unforced turnovers.
No.
You know,
I think they're psychologically a little
I think
looking ahead of themselves
I think
here.
they are too, and I also they've been a little too casual with their shooting. As I said, they should have converted a couple more goals. A wrap check by Bartlett. McVicker up with it. McVicker's a very good ground ball player. That's really all of our defensemen are. Long pass up to Calkins, to Bartlett. Get a touch in the box. You have 10 seconds to get the ball.
I was going to ask you, 10 seconds to get it in that box when you get control of it?
You get 20 seconds to get it over the midfield line, 10 seconds to get it into the box.
Oh, okay.
Terrain Burton. Well,
beautiful.
You know, Terrain, as we've said all year, Terrain's been very unselfish this year. But sometimes,
when he wants to take it to it, he can do that.
Sometimes there's a lot to be said for just giving the ball to your speediest player and getting the you-know-what out of his way. Because, that's the kind of play where if you're throwing the ball away a little bit, you're a little bit out of sorts, you have your best dodger do that a couple times, and everybody starts to follow suit. Ben Murphy on the near wing here, and Isaac Corbett, number 9, on the far wing. Isaac's been a little prone to foul trouble this year, so let's see if he can stay out of the penalty box today. He's a tough player. Austin Starr to face. Warren pops it out. Down low. Errant pass.
Oh,
Yep.
and a quick response.
Yep.
All right, well, that makes it 3-2.
3-2 Nantucket with 6:46 remaining in the second quarter. That was a little bit of an opportunistic goal. I believe that was number 17, Logan Hawks. Yeah, that's one of those plays where you have to make sure you're aware of the guys away from the ball when they're around the crease area, the hole area as we call it. Murphy out there again, Austin Starr taking the face, Corbett out there on the far side. Once again, looks like Bourne's going to come up with it. Nantucket is struggling a little bit with their second-line guys on the face-off wings, but Bourne turns it over for him. We'll let up with it. Nantucket. Coach Aloisi, good timeout there, Coach. I believe that's Nantucket's first. You'll see coaches use timeouts to save possessions at certain times of the game, and that was a good call there, especially in the first half. You don't necessarily like doing that too much in the second half if it's a close game, because you like to have those 2 timeouts a half that you get. You like to save them for strategy pieces late in the game. But in the first half, coaches are a lot more prone to use them in the first quarter or early in the second.
This timeout's brought to you by Don Allen Ford, new and used vehicles available right now at Don Allen Ford Auto Center, Pulpus Road.
Yeah, Gino, we had the NCAA finals. I guess it was 2 weekends ago, Memorial Day,
yeah.
And probably maybe the most exciting NCAA men's tournament ever. University of Virginia, who's been a lacrosse powerhouse for decades and decades, but it's been down a little bit in the last 6 or 7 to 8 years. Came alive late this season. Coach Lars Tiffany, formerly of Brown, did a great job with them in the last 2 years. He's got them playing a real up-tempo style. It's really fun to watch, and they defeated a great Yale team in the final. Yale knocked off Penn State in the semis. Penn State, as we said last time we were on air, Penn State was the odds-on favorite to win the whole thing, so really great tournament. And our friend Mike Murphy, who used to run the community school lacrosse camp here on Nantucket, was Ivy League Coach of the Year at Penn this year, and his Penn team made NCAA quarterfinals, losing a 1-goal game to eventual finalist Yale.
That's fantastic.
Now, the Whalers will bring the ball on from up top. Terrain Burton, who just put Nantucket up a minute ago by 2 goals. And Bourne answered right back with a little bit of a scramble ball misplay by Nantucket. We know Terrain's got the speed. Bourne will be quick to slide to him, and Terrain's going to see that a lot in the playoffs. Hits a pipe. Good take, though. That's about as close as you can get. And
Whoop,
bourne.
that is going out. No,
It's
it
gonna
is
stay
not.
in the-
It's dead.
Good hustle, Spencer. He inadvertently kicked it out, but that was good hustle on Spencer's part. Bourne makes a long, errant pass, but it goes through.
It did.
Bourne
He
picks
almost
up.
picked that up.
Almost. Whenever you see those long passes coming down defense, but you have to have one guy stay in the hole, and Nantucket did pretty much that time. Sometimes those balls will go through like that, and a bad play by the opponent turns into a good play. Victor Gambroni up top, cover number 23, Tyler Lacrosse. Looks like Lacrosse is the natural righty, but he wants to carry it left and try to bait Gambroni into overplaying his left. Gambroni's having none of it. He knows he's a righty. He's not going to go to the goal left-handed. Nantucket's got the advantage of having several players, Gambroni included, who are really comfortable using both hands. And Nantucket's JV has multiple players on that a younger group that are comfortable with both hands. Nantucket pressure defense. It's off of White, but that's good pressure defense, guys. I think you can frustrate Bourne by pressuring their featured guys and covering tight on the adjacent passes. They don't seem to be a team that's really adept at seeing through the defense and making those long skip passes, which Nantucket's done well today. Once again, Nantucket could easily have 3 or 4 more goals. But that's not going to matter if they don't keep Bourne out of the offensive zone. A long, lazy pass.
Seal. Nice little move.
Gambroni with a breakaway.
That's a penalty.
Yep. Oh, and a nice.
Wow.
That's what we call an energy goal, Gino. That's the kind of play, gets everybody pumped up, and the call got it for a slash, so it will still be a penalty.
What do we have, 2? Okay.
They got 23, Tyler Lacrosse for a slash. And I've mentioned this before, Gino. When you are approaching that midfield line and you're forechecking, or what we call riding in lacrosse, try to make those hero checks right at the midfield line so many times results in a penalty.
You got it.
I mean,
That's a great way to put it, a hero check.
and
Doesn't work.
The one time out of 8 or 9 or 10 you take it away, it seems like it's great, but then you wind up in the penalty box or offsides 2 or 3 times. Some of our guys have learned that the hard way this year. Austin Starr to take the face off. James Calkins on the far wing. Cam Bartlett, as usual, on the near wing. Sophomore Calkins is up with it. Get it touched.
Oh, wow.
Coach Aloisi.
Bad time for a timeout. I don't think he meant to do that.
Well, no, I think what Well, you have a sophomore who's not one of your featured guys running potentially into a crowd in front of the goal.
Boy, he was wide open.
Well, I think it looked. Very good point. We're man up.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go to the goal unless it is really wide open.
Yeah.
Which
it happened like right at the time when he called the timeout. So
it kind of was that. I mean, the Red Sea kind of parted there.
Sure.
At the last second. I know. Well, I've seen a number of times in watching the game and coaching over the years where coaches have called timeouts just as a player made a beautiful shot and scored. I know I can remember losing to Norwell in overtime our first varsity season when I think Coach Chambers Marsh there called a timeout just as Kevin Martin scored the winning goal, what would have been the winning goal. And instead we had to go to overtime and we lost. I think Kevin still talks about that. But Coach Chambers has made a whole lot more great calls than bad ones over the years. He's been with this program almost every year for whatever it's been, 20. I guess this is 21 varsity seasons, and he was there as a club coach and a youth coach before that. And I've mentioned it before, but Coach Chambers comes from a long line of lacrosse, big lacrosse family. His brother coaches our youth team, Sam, and his father, most importantly, was a longtime famous coach at Lawrenceville School in New Jersey, where he coached some of the greatest players in the history of the game. including a great four-time All-American like Del Dressel, who went on to Hopkins. Okay, Victor Gambroni brings it on. Nantucket will be extra. Bourne's in their zone, 5 on a dice, like a lot of teams play. Once again, Nantucket in rotation. And,
yes!
Ty Harnisfeger on a feed from Sam O'Keefe. That's the same. That's what they call the wheel play, folks. And Ty just kind of
that was a great time for a timeout.
Yeah, get the ball moving clockwise, get them to rotate upfield, and then your guy behind the goal just comes around. That's one of the oldest plays in lacrosse as far as extra man goes. So, Harnisfeger from O'Keefe. Starr, Burton, and Bartlett out there for the face-off. Burton hasn't been on the wing a lot today. They're maybe trying to save him a little bit, but he brings a lot of energy. I might want to see him out there a little more in the wing play. We've kind of struggled so far in wing plays this afternoon, especially here in the second quarter. Bartlett comes up with it, pushed out by Austin. Nice look across. One more. Nice play.
Oh, man, these guys are on fire.
Harnisfeger to O'Keefe. That all started with Austin Starr. Austin Starr pushes it out to Bartlett, picks it up. Beautiful play. That's called going to the point man. Harnisfeger made a real nice play up there at the point. You don't see Ty play in the point all that often. In other words, he received the pass high up. He was the top part of a right triangle, and he just looked down low to say it to Sam O'Keefe. That's Sam's second goal today. Harnisfeger with 1 goal and 1 assist. 2 points in the last 15 seconds for Harnisfeger. Then 6-2 now for the Whalers. If they can put a couple more in and keep them out of the scoring column for the next few minutes, it's going to be. Bourne called a timeout to save a possession. He called a timeout to save a possession, and I think the ball was out of the kid's stick by the time that timeout was called, but doesn't matter. It's going to be Bourne's ball. Similar to what we saw Coach Aloisi do a few minutes ago when James Calkins was bringing the ball on in the extra man situation.
Santos rubbish removal. We clean up the island. Go Whalers.
Yeah, I was just out in Wisconsin today, so those Santos trucks are ubiquitous in Wisconsin, as they say.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, they're all over the place. I should mention, at one time I owned a house in North Wisconsin, which was formerly the Jesse Eldridge and later Santos garage for their garbage trucks.
Oh.
And it was converted into a house.
You had it?
So, the Rats never really did move out of that garage. But anyway, here we are, the Whalers with a 6-2 advantage with 3:41 left in the second period. Bourne's hanging in there, but if Nantucket can just press the advantage a little bit more here, this is an important sequence here. If Nantucket can get a stop and get another goal before halftime, it's going to be big. 6-2 is a nice 4-goal lead, but 5 sometimes is kind of the magic number in lacrosse. You get a 5 or more goal lead, it really starts to wear on the opponent psychologically. Particularly a team like Bourne, who early in the game, especially number 22, was throwing a lot of wood and talking after the whistle. And if Nantucket can get them frustrated and fouling, it's going to be a big advantage. Good defense by Gambroni, pushing him behind the goal line extended. Nice play. Terrain up with it. See you later.
There goes the speedster.
He's got stand down
showing
low.
off that speed, and look at this! Look at that! Oh!
Boy, Sam wants that one back. Oh, that was pretty. Okay, and Steve threw a flag there. I don't know what.
He had one too. He got a little hurt there.
Yeah, I think maybe he got sheeped. He got. Number 12 for Bourne, Christian Mulkern, one of their coaches referred to him as one of their featured players. A lot of hockey players, and sometimes when you have a lot of hockey players, you get a lot of extracurricular activity, as they say. And this is really Bourne's third penalty today, which really was a result of cheap play after the whistle. Nobody backed that shot up. It's going to be Bourne ball. That's it. You know, when you're Victor in that situation, you have to be aware that there's nobody down there backing up. You know, you're extra man, and now you turned it over. Now Nantucket should get this back.
Austin, your attack!
Look at that nice play. Yes.
Nice play. 31 seconds in the penalty. Nantucket has plenty of time to set it up. Oh, nice dart by Harnersteger.
Beautiful.
You know, that was stick side and high, but I think he faked the goalie out a little. He was looking low. The goalie dropped his stick and wasn't in a good ready position, and Ty just put a little dart over his shoulder. Nice play, Ty.
The goalie wasn't expecting that change.
He didn't expect that.
Everyone was coming at the goalie. Was like, no.
Well, he wasn't in the ready position.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought it was in the basket or something.
Yeah.
That was a quick shot.
So Nantucket now with a 7-2 advantage with 2:37 left in the first half. Boy, if Nantucket can get one more before halftime and hold Bourne down, you know, we can start to think about our trip, Gino.
Yes, exactly.
Cam Bartlett facing off with a short stick, with his long stick, I'm sorry. Nice check, Cam. And that's what Cam's been.
Push off, right?
Got it for a
Can't
ward.
do it. That's warding off.
Called
Right?
Victor for warding off. It's a little close, but
I could see it.
You can sort of see it.
Yeah.
Logan Hawks, probably their best player, brings it on. He seems to be in the middle of everything. Once again, see what they're going to do. 23. Nantucket's playing a little zone right here. They'll do that from time to time. Sometimes they'll play a hybrid zone where they'll have a full-time backer. And,
Whoops.
Bourne, you know, probably their 7th or 8th turnover, most of which have been unforced. You know, you start to get that many turnovers. When you have more turnovers than possessions in a half, you're in trouble.
Oh!
Now,
That was right in front of us. Look at the moves. Look at the moves.
you know, when you see those kind of plays and you hear the crowd whirl like that, you know, you really see what a great game this is. It's exciting. That was a really, really nice little sequence there. Little contact, ball movement, exciting shot. Here Spencer comes around, dumps it inside. There's a push there with no possession. So if Nantucket had possessed the ball and that push had occurred, it would have been a 30-second penalty. And it was borderline unnecessary roughness. It could have been a time foul, to be honest with you. Spencer brings it on up top to Gambaroni. The lefty senior. Terrain clears through for him. Swim dodge inside the terrain. Oh, good take. It was checked as he released it, so it went way high, but it was a good idea. And once again, you see Nantucket dodging to feed, not dodging to shoot every time. And that really makes for a high-scoring offense. When you're constantly dodging the shoot, teams can play you, with just one slide. If you're feeding off the dodge, they have to get that second and third slide to slow you down. And most high school teams don't do it. That's one of the ways you tell an elite lacrosse team when they get that second and third defensive slide. In other words, the first man goes, the second guy comes behind him to pick up the man he left. Outside of Terrain, nice take. Terrain with that compact shooting motion, and he's a very strong kid. He gets a lot of torque, a lot of speed on that ball. Austin Starr bringing it off behind. Don't usually see Austin carry the ball behind the goal, what they call an invert. Spencer West is in front of the goal. Austin's going to turn the corner, probably move it along to Terrain. Easy dodge for Gambaroni. Once again,
Just missed.
Nantucket's been a little cavalier when they're shooting today. Got to finish those.
But boy, are they getting open, huh?
Yeah. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Nantucket once again with a 7-2 advantage. This could easily be a 12 or 13 goal game right now for Nantucket. And Bourne's goals have really been just kind of misplays on the part of Nantucket, maybe a little lazy. But to hold them to 2 in the first half is pretty darn good. Apparently that looks as though they will. 30 seconds. Okay. Probably want to get the ball to your featured Dodger right here and get out of his way. Oh, nice take, Terrain. 7 seconds. It'll be Bourne ball. Only 5 seconds, just under 5 seconds left. They're not going to do anything here.
All they could do is throw it all the way down and hope somebody
They'll
gets
throw it the length of the field and hope somebody picks it up and shoots. But it's not going to happen. McVicker intercepts. So that's the halftime, folks. Whalers, your Whalers, in this MIAA second round game, Division III men's lacrosse, holding a commanding 7-2 lead. Thanks, Gino.